Nugget. Look at that. Turning the corner. The I forgot about it. All I needed to see was that one where he freezes the defense with the hesitation. We forget, this is one of the reasons the Nuggets beat the Blazers in the playoffs last year is because of Monte's ability to freeze the defense there. I mean, underrated aspect of this. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Mr. Nugget Lounge.
Mr. Nugget Lounge.
I like that.
Cow.
It's the Mr. Nugget Lounge. This is 3 or 4 years. I don't even remember how many years in a row. I think it's 3 years. I think it's his third year entering as Mr. Nugget. Gary Harris had it for a while.
That was there was Mr. Nuggets.
I'd say 2 years.
No, this is his third year. He had 2 years solely.
But
we
the
traded
whole thing
him
with Mr. Nugget is you're not supposed to relinquish it until you're traded.
Yeah.
I don't think that is the way it is. Sometimes it can just be relinquished.
It's literally not called Mr. Nuggets. It's Mr. Nugget. There's one player that gets to have the.
I agree.
But it was Gary. Gary was traded last year.
Yeah, I understand, but he had taken it from Gary before. This is an important
What
detail.
a start to this.
No, I think
There was no
you're right.
hostile
Yeah.
Mr. Nugget takeover.
There is not hostile. It just happens, guys. Like you have to.
It's a very peaceful transfer
It's a
of
very
power.
peaceful transfer power.
Is what
Exactly.
it
It's like a
is.
captain. It's not like we nominated somebody captain and then.
But it didn't happen until Gary was off the squad. You don't just
I
surrender
actually think
your.
it happened a little before.
Man,
Thank
guys
you,
are
Harrison. Thank you. Let's look at last year's stats. Let's look at them. Last year's stats. Bring them up. Force us to look at them and move on.
Look at that far right column.
Wow, a vote. Just look at that 3-point percentage. That's got to stand out, no? What do you think, man?
I'm actually looking at the minutes per game column.
That
Because
is a
it'll
good one.
go up this year. He'll be starting. So the assist numbers, the efficiency, does that drop at all as the minutes go up? I don't think so. But I do think we're going to see Monte playing a bigger role, maybe taking some more chances, playing a little bit more. So you just sort of think about the magnified role. Does the hyper efficiency and the lack of turnovers, does that remain?
I think his minutes go up. I don't know if he breaks 30 though. I think he could maybe go up to 26, 27.
Yeah,
does
not
it
a
go
ton,
that
not a
much
ton.
higher than that though? They've still got a lot of guys. They've got Dozier, they've got Austin Rivers, they've got Facu, they've got Bones Highland. So I don't know if Monte's like a 30-minute per guy player this year, but it's going to go up from that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to increase obviously is his role, and just like how much the Nuggets rely upon him during this time without Jamal Murray. He's going to be theoretically we should expect that he and Jokic sort of play off of one another if they plan to keep any of the same style of play intact while Jamal Murray is gone. That I don't know if we can expect a ton of two-man game pick and pop from Monte, but I'd be surprised if we didn't see some. I mean, he's got a good mid-range, and obviously he has great vision, and he's got the poise to have a role like that. But I don't know. This Monte Morris is about the biggest question I have going into the season. We know what we're going to get out of him, but I don't know what we're going to get out of him in this role.
Right. It is a big role change for him. And
the question is he the Monte Morris we saw in the regular season, or is he playoff Monte Morris? Which, like you said, Monte Morris was incredible in the pick and roll in that Portland series.
Yep.
He raised that part of his game to a level that I don't think we've seen from him in Denver. And he's usually so steady, but he was unreal in that series.
Yeah, no question about it. That brings us up to our next segment here, Kale, which is the big question, and it kind of plays into what we were talking about with the stats, and that is last year he played a career high 25.4 minutes per game. But can he handle starters minutes? He played 25.4 minutes per game, but what happened last year? He broke down, got injured, played I think a career low games, or missed a lot of time.
Yeah.
So now, in the playoffs, he played 28.5 minutes, somewhere in there. I expect that to be like what Denver needs from him, from that spot. They need probably 27, 28 or more minutes from him. Can he handle that for a whole full season?
I mean, look, as far as the injury stuff, that's the hardest to know.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think of Monte as someone prone to issues, but I mean, I think he can as a player. I do. We talk about his role changing. I think the best case scenario is actually that he doesn't try too much, that he recognizes those four guys. That's really all you need on the offensive side of the ball. He can just be a game manager. Now, he may feel inclined to explore his game, to try to be more than that, to make himself that fifth weapon, but I don't know if he needs to be. I think he can. I think if he stays true to himself, be exactly the type of stand-in you're hoping to see.
Yeah, it's funny. We're talking about Monte Morris the same way we're talking about Teddy Bridgewater. Like, can he just come in being a steadying force?
Don't lose the game.
Yeah, don't lose the game first. The thing is can he handle starters minutes? Like the way that he plays, absolutely. Like he's not playing above the rim. He's not playing like really, he's not exerting himself in crazy ways. Like he's a cerebral player. He's sort of like be in the right place at the right time, get the ball to the right place, get out of the way when need be. So absolutely. I don't really see, I mean, we're not talking about like, like Aaron Gordon or somebody that is like very reliant on their physical and athletic capabilities to carry their game along. So yes, definitely can, but will he? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, of course. And then, this summer sounds like recovering from a little bit of knee soreness and this or that. So that it just adds another layer to the sort of mystery about just how healthy he'll be.
I think he's preparing to take on a bigger load too because he added 10 pounds of muscle.
But we know this from even with Gary Harris. Adding muscle sometimes also like can be tougher on your body. It's more weight and this or that.
I think that's the idea behind it, at least.
Yeah,
you can hold up for a bigger amount of minutes.
Yeah, we'll find out. Let's go to over-unders. Over-unders here. We got a couple. I got 4 of them for you guys. Over-under. The first one I have. Over or under 11 points per game. I believe that would be a career high. Eric, what do you think?
Oh, over. Big time over.
Big time over.
Minimum 12.
Yeah. Wow. This is a definite over for me.
Definite over. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to go crazy, but like, he's going to play a lot more.
So he went his career 4 years, 3.3 points per game, 10.4 points per game, 9 points per game, 10.2 points per game. So you are predicting he's over a full point, almost 2 full points above his career high.
Yes.
I don't know about that. I could see. I don't know if his scoring's going to go up. I really don't.
The guy he was in the playoffs is just ingrained in my mind right now because that's the last time we saw Monte Morris. And he was just so aggressive. He was a bigger threat in that Portland series, like I said earlier, than I feel like I've ever seen him.
15 points a game in that series.
He was great, man. Getting to the rim, getting to that mid-range. Yep. So I think that's an over.
I'm going to go under. I think it might be the exact same. I mean, you're right that Murray is out, but Michael Porter is ready to. I mean, look, you saw what he did last night, ready to step up. Will Barton last year, not fully healthy this year. I think he will be. So I think some of that scoring might just come from other places. And then on top of that, as much as I do think we'll see a minutes increase from Monte Morris, I don't know that it's going to be drastic. If it was 25 last year, 27 might be the number this year.
Yeah,
because I think that it might be a little bit more by committee. And we keep talking Bones Highland. Is he going to be in the rotation? If so, maybe that eats 1 or 2, not a lot of minutes because he's probably eating minutes from other players, but it might eat 1 or 2 minutes from Monte Morris, depending on how things go. All right, next one. Over, under. 38% 3-point field goal percentage.
Clear out.
Clear out. Vogt, what do you cook for us here? What are we getting from him? Career 39%.
Over, but 39. Like I'm not thinking he's going to necessarily light it up. I just don't see any reason to think he's going to drop below that number. Like I think of Monte as a 38 to 40% shooter in my head.
So here's what I like. His first year he didn't really take any threes, so that doesn't count. Second year, 41%. Year after that, 37.8. Next year, 38.1. So he's right around that 38. Like he hovers right around that number.
Yeah. I'm not going to say too much. This is actually my bold prediction. It has to do with 3-point percentage.
Wow.
I'm not going to say that much.
Stealing
so
my
I'm
brand.
Gonna cede the floor.
Yeah, it's funny. Again, the limitations of the human machine only allow human beings to hover right around 40%, regardless of who they are.
You love this talking point.
I don't understand it. It's crazy. There should be way more variance in the NBA than there is. Everybody's like 35 to 41, and they're all right in there. Monte Morris, I believe. I mean, I imagine a world in where we see a shift in mentality in the way that Monte Morris plays the game this year. I think that he realizes that the Nuggets are deficient in an area that he's got to step up in, which is scoring, not having Jamal Murray. I don't see him being the one to fill that void entirely, but I can see him feeling like he needs to, add more on that end. And so, with time, with repetition, with confidence comes, where you can peak out the human machine at 40%. So why not?
The human machine.
The human machine. So eloquent the way he speaks on the human. The next one, a +6 net rating with the starters plus Monte. Look, Jokic lineups are good. Jokic Porter lineups, they're great. We got a mystery though at point guard. As +6 is kind of modest. Is it going to be better or worse than that, Harrison?
+6. I'll say better. I mean, lineups with Jokic, I think, will just cook this year. The starters in particular, because something that has to do with is probably having Aaron Gordon for a training camp and a summer, and he's such a big upgrade over Paul Millsap, at least I think, on both ends of the floor. So I'll take over.
Eric?
Yeah, over. I just like the way the wind thinks.
Yeah, it's over for me. I'm extremely, extremely confident in the starters. In fact, someone's going to need to throw a bucket of cold water on me or something.
Oh.
Because I just don't see any. Porter's going to be better. Aaron Gordon looks great. I think if he's going to be a physical presence, the MVP's still there.
I'm a tad. I don't even know if I'm concerned.
Just a wee bit.
But defensively, how are the starters going to be?
Okay.
But in a regular season environment, is that going to be a concern versus how good they'll be offensively?
No, it's not going to be a concern, but I just wonder if the
net
numbers
rating,
are where they have been in the past.
Sure.
With
Okay.
that
That's fair
starting
enough.
group.
Fair
It's
enough.
interesting. I'm gonna go slight over, but I think it'll be 6.5.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be dominant like it was with Murray. All right, last one. Over or under 40 starts. 40 starts for Monte Morris. So here's the thing. Murray is probably going to miss 62 starts. 63 starts, we'll say. So is Monte going to be a starter for the majority? Like, 2/3 majority there.
Yes.
I think
I will go over.
that one feels easy to me.
Easy
Yes.
over.
I think Monte's the starter, and unless he looks horrible, he's just starting until Jamal comes back, with a few exceptions for rest.
Yeah, yes, over, definite. Lock it in.
I'm going to say over, but I don't think it's by that much. I'll bet he starts about 45, and I think it's because they probably misses just like 5 to 10 games for rest and injury and this or that. And then I wonder if there is another 5 to 10 in there of just, let's try another lookout. Let's try this thing out.
Just say Bones.
Who starts the second most games at point guard?
It's Bones Highland. He's the starter by
No,
February, and we're just starting him.
I mean, don't forget Malone loves Facu. Malone will absolutely start Facu.
Don't forget, Facu started in the freaking playoffs.
the only series
Monte didn't start in the playoffs.
the only series they won in 6 games in the Malone era.
Let's get really bold, fellas. Really bold here. Some bold takes, bold predictions on none other than Mr. Nugget.
What was mine?
You're gonna have to look that up yourself. But Eric, you have a bold take here.
I believe in my heart of hearts, when I look at the landscape of basketball and where Monte Morris fits into it,
the human
Dude, just
machine.
answer a
The
question.
human machine?
Just straight up.
The
he
human
will
machine.
He will come into the DNVR bar. Yep, that's my prediction.
Hey,
Wait,
the
he
human machine.
He just comes into it, just
Yeah,
like randomly.
he comes in. He
Then
doesn't
he
find a
leaves pretty
seat.
quick.
He leaves.
Takes a look around. Not for me.
He asks if we have a bathroom. We say for customers only.
Oh, is that what he's looking for, a bathroom?
Sees the Facu shirt in the back. Gets a little ticked off.
He's like, "Oh, you dorks! I'm out of here." We're like, "Hey, we
Man.
love you," but all right, that's fair. All right, Harrison, do you have a better one than that?
The H.
I think he's going to have a really good year from 3. I've got him shooting 40% from 3-point range.
Yeah, cannibalized my own segment. I can't believe this.
My thinking here is I think he's going to get maybe even more catch and shoot threes than he did last year. Because Michael Porter's going to be even a bigger part of the offense and initiating more
spacing
things.
yeah.
So I think he's been a good catch and shoot 3-point shooter throughout his time in Denver. I think he's going to get a lot of those this season. So I think he's going to have a good year from 3.
Vote.
True buzzer beater, game winner in Ball Arena.
Ooh, Mr. Nugget.
Against
Mr.
who?
Nugget, a game winner
Set
at
the whole
buzzer.
stage. I need to know when to be excited.
I believe it's Kiss My Ass. I can't whichever team that is. I can't.
That was bold.
Probably in January against the Cavs. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna take a page out of your vague book, Eric. I'm just somewhere in the season.
Oh, I love it.
This is a game winner, though, not a first or third
That's right. This is
quarter
a
buzzer.
true fourth
beater?
quarter buzzer beater to win the
Okay.
game.
So that is somewhat bold.
Okay.
Some people might say it's bold, but would this be even more bold? He leads the team in game winners.
Oh shit.
Leads the team in game
I
winners
mean,
this
Dude, yours is
season.
better
Yeah,
than mine.
that's
That's
bold.
very
Yeah,
bold.
dude, he
That's
definitely
hella bold.
He definitely bid $1 Just got right over you.
Hey, here's the thing. Like, I think Jokic obviously is going to take a lot. When I say game winners, yeah, of course it means like the last shot, you know, with this or that. But I do think if you're at the end of a game, you're loading up on Jokic, you're loading up on Michael Porter.
For sure.
Barton might be the one running pick and roll. Just where's the help come from? It's going to come from Gordon. It's going to come from Monte. And I just think Monte's going to have opportunities. Maybe they even run a pick and roll with Monte, and teams are like, we're not leaving Jokic.
Sure.
He gets the little mid-range opportunity. I'm going to say it. 2 or 3 game winners this year. He
I
gets.
like it.
2 or 3 game
I
winners.
like
it.
He was the king of the first and third quarter, right? He's already
Right.
the king of the buzzer beater. He knows
He's
the
clutch.
situation.
We know that.
Now he's going to be playing the starters minutes, so he's going to be second and fourth quarter close. That's my take. We're going to go to the paywall now. So for DNVR members, you're going to be able to get Genie.
To the
We're going to go
wall.
speak to a real life
He's
Genie.
back.
The Genie is back.
Problematic? Question mark.
I'm
On
so
the other
glad
side.
this is behind the paywall. This is not out for public consumption.
We're also going to get the fan vote. We have a very fun fan vote for you. If you want to become a member, go to thednvr.com, sign up, $5, get you access to all of our premium content as well as a free t-shirt, discount on merch, discount on tailgates and watch parties and live events, and tall beers at the DNVR bar. The best deal, the best value beer in all of Denver is the DNVR Members 22-ounce beer that you get here for
Plus, you just become our friends, and that's cool.
And it does feel good. We'll see everybody on the other side.